Here we go again, back to your MTV Raps with Grand Wizard Theodore, the creator of Scratch. I saw you were said we consider. Tell us about.
Cedric Consider is a brand that we came up with. Let me see, Cool Herc, Africa Bambata, Sha Rock, Busy Bee, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Cass, myself, Grand Wizard Theodore, Cool DJ AJ, which is the former DJ for Curtis Blow. We came out with a brand so that people can educate people. It's not just another clothing line like a Nietzsche or Sean John or Rockaway or something like that. When you buy Cedric and Cedar, you actually learning something about the hip hop culture. It's just not just we are rappers and we just like want to put out a clothing line. When you go on the line for Cedric and Cedar, it tells you about Cool Herc, which is the father of hip hop, and it tells you where he did his first block party at, which was Sedgwick Avenue, and the park is on Sedgwick Avenue and it's called Cedar Park and stuff like that. So that's where the first block party was done in New York. So when you buy Sedgwick and Cedar, it's owned it's owned by the pioneers. It's not like it's owned by Nike or Reebok or anything like that. It's we the hip hop pioneers. We own Cedric and Cedar ourselves. And when you buy Cedric and Cedar, you actually learn about the early days of hip hop.
What do you think competition like, let's just say, Technics, DMC, and ITF? What do you think about it?
I think they're good because see turntables and mixers and a lot of stuff costs a lot of money, and some DJs can't buy this stuff. So entering the DJ contest is good because if you come in second place, you might win a mixer. If you come in third place, you might win a turntable. Or if you come in first place, you might win two turntables and a mixer. You don't have to buy anything. You might win a pair of earphones or you might win some needles or something like that. So I think the DJ contests are good for people to showcase their skills and win some of the turntables and stuff that's really hard to buy because it's expensive, man. It's expensive everywhere, even in New York. Everywhere that the stuff is expensive and some people can't afford it, you know? So I think it's good. I mean, some people, some hip hop DJs are just starting off. They might be 17, 18 years old. They still live at home with their mother and their father, and their mother and their father is the one that's paying all the bills. So if you do a hip hop party and you come back with $22, then hey, it's nothing because your bills are still paid and stuff like that, you know. And then when you get up in age like me, I mean, I have two cars, I have two houses, so I have to pay my mortgage here. I got to pay my mortgage here. I got to pay my telephone bill. I got to pay for, you got to pay for all this stuff, man. So things change when you become a parent and being a DJ. It's hard, man. It's really hard. There's times when I was thinking about going. You know what? I don't want to DJ no more. It's not too much money, but I just kept doing it because of the love that I have for it. And when I first started DJing, I wasn't making no money, but I was still having fun. So if I'm at a point where I'm not making no money, then I started out not making no money. My rent is still paid. I'm still got food.
So you,
Still got food in my belly, food in my refrigerator. So
you go to take a regular job or something?
yeah, some people wouldn't take regular jobs. Yeah, taxi drivers, exotic dancers. Some guy, I know some MCs that became exotic dancers, but I can't say their names. But you know who you are. Exotic dancers, bus drivers, driving the trains, working in restaurant, working as bartenders. When you have family, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Back in the days, did you have a regular job or you just DJ?
Yeah, I had a regular job. I was driving a truck for a hardware store where, people that build houses. I drive up in my truck from the company and give them all the material to build the houses. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I play in the clubs.
What do you think about hip hop, let's just say 2008 or 2009?
It's really hard to tell how hip hop is going to be in the future, but I know for a fact that the real hip hop is going to always be here. It's going to always be here because real hip hop was the first to be here. And I think that what's going to happen in the future is that you're going to see less and less artists, calling girls, bitches and hoes, and videos with the girls shaking their booties and stuff like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that people are going to start realizing what's the difference and stuff like that. And I think that it's good. All the underground acts are going to be able to come forward and get their voices heard, because that's very important, But some people say you can't have the good without the bad, like the yin yang and stuff like that. You can't have the good without the bad. But I think it's going to always be, the negative hip hop, and it's going to always be the positive hip hop. It's going to always be here. It's always going to be somebody that's doing it.
You remember the last song, "Where Are They Now"? Where are they now? You remember that song
Yeah.
from the Where Are They Now?
Yeah, well, there now. Well, like I said earlier, some people lives change. Some people they start using drugs. Some people,
Some of them, not all.
yeah, some people start using drugs. Some people go to jail. Some people is not here with us no more. It's just so many things. People get to the point where they make a certain amount of money and then they don't want to do it no more. So it's just so many things. Once people get older and older, your life changes. Like in New York, they figure if you're doing hip hop and you're like 25, 26, say you considered old now. It seems like most of the people that's on the radio now in New York is like, 16, 17 years old and stuff like that. You got the Chris Brown coming out, he's only 16, 17 years old. Rihanna, she's what? She's 20 years old and stuff like that. So,
Rihanna's a product.
yeah, yeah. So,
Period. Just a product.
yeah, so, I mean, life changes for people, If you're doing this for so long, it just, certain things in your life, it just change your life.
Sampling is the basics of hip hop, but why is sampling the basic of hip hop?
I think that's sampling is one of the bases of hip hop, because if you sample a James Brown record, if you go in the studio, you can't duplicate the James Brown record. So the only thing to do is sample a record. But if you're gonna sample a record, make sure the artist gets some money. Yeah, I mean, if you do an album and somebody likes something on your album, oh man, that's really cool. Turntable Science, man, they guys is really crazy. Yeah, I like this song. I want to sample it. Make sure that you make sure you cut Turntable Science a check. So that's good. But don't be sampling all this music and don't give it to the artist, because the artists are struggling too. They're trying to make money too. They got families too. So
Everybody try to make money.
yeah, yeah. I've known artists that took other artists' records, like say you chop up a cameo record. Some artists would chop up a cameo record and use it in a rap record, and the rap record would sell more than the cameo record. So the cameo record probably would just go gold, and then you chop it up and use it in a rap record, it goes triple platinum. Give cameo some money, that's their record. Give them some money. Come on.
DJ Premier, it's a king of sampling. What do you think about Premier?
Premier has his own sound, and when he samples records, I mean the artists get paid for it. So he does the right thing when he samples it. But he got his own style, man. I mean, I've known some artists that heard some of Primo samples and they like, wow, this guy's really good. So it's cool, man. I mean, just at the end of the day, don't sample no records, man, unless the artist is going to get their money. Come on. Doesn't make any difference. That's like you letting somebody use your car. Then when they bring your car back, there's no gas in the car. If you're going to use somebody's car, put some gas back in it. Come on. You know.
Your message, Grand Wizard Theodore message to all your MTV Raps fans, watchers right now.
This hip hop culture is for everybody. Hip hop doesn't have a color. Hip hop is for everybody. If you're going to get into the hip hop culture, know who Africa Bambaataa is, know who Kool Herc is, know who Grand Wizard Theodore is, know who Sha Rock, the Furious Five, the Fantastic Five. Go look at the Wild Style movie, which is the first hip hop movie that came out. Go look at the movie Scratch, which is the movie for all the DJs, and just learn the history of hip hop from New York City. And if you're a graffiti artist, if you're a b-boy, if you're a beatboxer, a DJ, and an MC or MC, it'll make you better at what you do because, you know, there's so many people doing hip hop now. So what you want to do if you want to become a DJ, make sure that you become a DJ that's different from other DJs so that people can notice who you are. If you are MC trying to think outside the box and trying to be an MC that flip the rhymes the way nobody else flip it. If you're going to be a b-boy, trying to b-boy in a way that nobody else b-boys. If you're going to be a graffiti artist, trying to do graffiti in a way where like nobody else does graffiti, like wow, it's graffiti is crazy, and just basically learn the history of hip hop and make you a better hip hop artist.
Okay, man. It was a true honor to speak with you.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Ok. Eu, MTV Rap s-a terminat. Grand Wizard Theodore, cel care a creat Scratch-ul, este chiar lângă mine. Dar trebuie să recunosc, sunt un pic emoționat. Pentru că dacă acum vreo câțiva ani mi-ar fi spus cineva că peste 2, 3, 5 ani o să stau chiar lângă el și chiar o să vorbesc cu el și o să dau mâna, cred că l-aș fi bătut, că nu l-aș fi crezut. Asta a fost emisiunea. Ne vedem data viitoare. Salut!
One.